It was the summer of 2007, a time for laughter, mischief, and glowing adventures for Jared, his cousin Izzy, and their friend Abby. Their destination? A cozy campsite nestled in the heart of nature where Izzy and Jared's grandparents had parked their camper for a week-long getaway. With a large open field surrounded by woods and a babbling creek, the campsite promised endless possibilities for fun and adventure. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the campsite, Jared, Izzy and Abby gathered around the picnic table outside the camper, their eyes alight with excitement. "I can't wait to catch fireflies tonight," exclaimed Izzy, her voice filled with anticipation. Abby nodded eagerly. "Me too. They glow extra bright out here in the woods." Jared grinned, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's go catch some fireflies." "I bet I can catch more fireflies than both of you combined," boasted Jared, his competitive spirit shining through. Izzy rolled her eyes playfully. "In your dreams, Jared. Abby and I will leave you in the dust." With a mischievous grin, Abby chimed in, "Let the firefly catching competition begin." With their mason jars in hand and a sense of adventure in their hearts, the trio set off into the open field, their laughter echoing through the crisp evening air. The grass tickled their ankles as they wandered, their eyes scanning the darkness for the telltale glow of fireflies. As they ventured deeper into the field, they soon found themselves surrounded by a sea of twinkling lights, each firefly a tiny beacon of luminescence against the night sky. Jared, Izzy and Abby darted and danced through the grass, their jars held high as they chased after their glowing quarry. But as they revelled in the magic of the moment, disaster struck. A large gust of wind sent their jars tumbling to the ground, releasing their captives back into the night. "Oh no!" cried Izzy, her face falling in dismay. Jared sighed. "There goes our chance to catch the brightest fireflies." Abby replied, "Let's find something else to do then." With renewed determination, Jared, Izzy and Abby set off once more, their laughter mingling with the chorus of crickets and the rustle of leaves. They chased each other in a game of tag through the field, weaving between tents and dodging low-hanging branches with all the grace and agility of clumsy woodland creatures. But as they frolicked and played, their new adventures soon had them caught up in a whirlwind of chaos and hilarity. First, there was the incident with the runaway tent, courtesy of a strong gust of wind and Jared's not-so-sturdy tent stakes. As the tent soared through the air like a giant kite, Jared, Izzy and Abby scrambled to catch it, their shouts echoing through the campground as they tumbled and tripped over each other in their efforts to save the shelter. Then there was the mishap with the marshmallows, a classic camping catastrophe if ever there was one. With the campfire roaring and the smell of roasted marshmallows wafting through the air, Jared, Izzy and Abby eagerly skewered their marshmallows on sticks, ready to indulge in gooey, sugary goodness. But as they toasted their marshmallows over the flames, disaster struck. Abby's stick snapped in half, sending her marshmallow flying through the air and landing squarely on Jared's head. The sight of Jared's sticky marshmallow-covered hair sent Izzy into fits of giggles, her laughter ringing out across the campground as she struggled to catch her breath. And let's not forget the great flashlight fiasco, a tale that would go down in camping lore for years to come. With the sun sinking below the horizon and darkness descending upon the campground, Jared, Izzy and Abby rummaged through the camper in search of flashlights. But as they emerged from the camper, flashlights in hand and ready to brave the darkness, they soon realized they had made a critical error. None of the flashlights had fresh batteries. With no other option but to navigate the darkened woods by the light of the moon, Jared, Izzy and Abby returned in the night, their voices echoing through the darkness as they stumbled and tripped their way back to the campsite. But despite the chaos and hilarity that ensued, Jared, Izzy and Abby knew that their camping trip would be one they would never forget. The true magic of camping lay not in the perfect campsite or the most luxurious amenities, but in the simple joy of spending time with friends and family, creating memories that would last a lifetime. As they drifted off to sleep beneath the stars, Jared, Izzy, and Abby knew that they had experienced a camping trip like no other. One filled with laughter, mischief, and glowing adventures that would be remembered fondly for years to come.